Hey guys, can you believe we're already the end of July almost? And I am just about ready to do my June market update. I know, I'm so sorry, running just a little bit behind. Had a really busy month of July. I think this is probably the busiest month I've ever been in all my years of real estate. I had over 8 closings. So very strange what's going on in this market. So anyhow, before I get started, if this is your first time to this channel, my name is Sabina and I work with my beautiful daughter Christina. We're a mother-daughter team here in the Panhandle, and we love making videos to keep you informed and hope you I always do the monthly market update. And what I do, I basically go into 4 different cities here. We start in Santa Rosa Beach and Freeport, which is in Walton County. And then we go over to Okaloosa County and look at Destin and Niceville. And one of the reasons why I do that is to show you how different inventory, sales, markets are even within the area you are. And that's why it's always important to have somebody on your side that knows the local market. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into Santa Rosa Beach. Okay, first we're going to start with Santa Rosa Beach, Florida 32459. If you're new to my channel, please remember that Santa Rosa Beach is north of 98 and south of 98, and it goes all the way, watercolors included, but once you get to Alice Beach and Rosemary Beach, it's not really included in some of this data. So it is just an overall average to show you what our market is doing. As of June 2025, we are still in a buyer's market. Honestly, this month of July for me here has been my busiest month ever in real estate. I had a total of 8 closings. I cannot believe what is happening because typically speaking, June and July are always very slow for me. But this is like a completely off the trend market here for us here at Haus Realty. But look at these prices. The medium sold price is right at $980, and the sold to list price ratio is about 95%, and it's about at 10.99 months of inventory. I truly love looking at this graph because I feel like this is such a great visual for you. And when you look at the graph, you really don't need to talk about data so much because you can see where the trends are going. So just for those who are really new to my channel, this is where COVID hit, right? Prices doubled, literally. Look at that. They doubled. And then now, since 2022, we kind of just go up and down, up and down. But look at this. Nothing has really happened to dip. And then it kind of took a little bit upward trend and down again. And then here, this last month, we are actually moving back upward slightly. So this bar right here is what Santa Rosa Beach is. Then the yellow line is pretty much Walton County. And then this red line down here is Florida. Next, let's take the 331 bridge over to Freeport, one of the fastest growing communities in the state of Florida, believe it or not. So many new construction, people that are relocating here. And look at this graph, right on the border of seller's market and balanced market. This data might not be 100% accurate because we have a lot of new construction. There is at least 6 or 7 new developers in Freeport, and they're offering all kinds of incentives, and not always is all their inventory available to you on the at Zillow. They have some of the homes that are not publicly marketed, so it's not 100% accurate, but it does show you that most of the homes sell at a 99.3% sold to list ratio, which makes sense with new construction. They rather give you a rate buy down, a huge incentive, closing cost, than doing any changes to their list price. Now let's take a look at my favorite graph here. The blue line is Freeport, which actually is right in the line with all across Florida. That red line all the way below Florida is your national average. And then obviously Walton County is still way above Freeport. And I think that's why this is such a fast-growing community. There's so much space for development. If you're looking to relocate here and you want to learn more about new construction and what Freeport has to offer, give us a call. We'd be happy to let you know and fill you in on all the detail. So we just took a little snapshot of Walton County. Santa Rosa Beach, and Freeport. And now let's go and drive towards Destin and go to Okaloosa County. Different county, a little bit tax bracket different. Got to know a little bit about the COPA zones in Destin. But look at June 2025 market here in Destin. The medium sold price is $590. It is still a buyer's market. Sold to list ratio is about 94%, pretty much in line with Santa Rosa Beach. And then when you scroll down to my favorite graphs, I just love these because I feel like it gives you such a good quick analysis of where the data really truly is. And if you look at Destin, it is obviously above Florida. Okaloosa County, though, is right in line with the national average. And, remember, you have Crestview, you have Niceville, you have Fort Walton Beach, you have Navarro Beach. There's so many different communities. It is such a huge county, and a lot of military bases. So it is very fluctuated on, when people relocate here to the area back and forth. So here is your Destin data. And now let's go ahead and jump into Niceville. Both my kids went to Niceville. It's a great established community. And I say established because I'm comparing to Freeport, where you still have so many new builders and they're still developing new restaurants, and where Niceville has been there for a very long time. There's a reason why it's called Niceville. But look at this. We are in a seller's market in Niceville. A lot of established communities. It's a great area. You do have to go over the Mid-Bay Bridge when you come from Destin. And remember, every time you drive over that bridge, they charge you. So that is something to keep in mind. One of my favorite builders in Niceville is Randy Weiss. He has a new development coming up, actually 2 areas. But look at the median estimated sales volume in Niceville. And then again, look at the graphs. The graphs don't lie. Look at that blue line. Niceville, pretty steady for the last since 2022. So what are you thinking? Market crashing? Market going up? To me, it looks like for the last 3 years, it's pretty much fluctuating up and down. And then look at that yellow line. The yellow line is Florida, and obviously the orange line is Okaloosa, and the national address line. They're pretty much in line, as you can tell here. And this is your data for June. So now, since we looked at the market for those 4 different cities here in the Panhandle, so let's take a quick look at mortgage rates. Everyone has been talking about, when are those rates dropping? Are they going to be dropping by the end of 2025? I wish I would know, but I can tell you, look at this. They have been dropping, but they have been fluctuating, right? They've been going up and down just a little bit. Well, look at those interest rates. They're kind of deciding, where do they want to go? Are they going to come down? Are they going to come up? Keep an eye on that bond rates, because the Treasury bond always correlates to interest rates, what's going on there. I wish I knew what was going to happen with those interest rates, but I can tell you for sure that once they start dropping, it's going to happen. Look where the market has been, just like that. And once they start coming down, we will see more buyers flooding here into the beautiful Panhandle in Santa Rosa Beach. If you have any questions, my daughter actually has this amazing thing. When we have buyers coming in town, she does this beautiful brochure breaking down where the home sales are in the price category that you're looking at. So if you want us to send something to you, just reach out to us. We'll be happy to talk to you, let you know what's going on here in the beautiful Panhandle, 38 to Destin. Until the next time, auf Wiedersehen, tschüss und goodbye.